Sorry about that, everyone. Good evening. Yeah, I had some issues with my phone I use for hotspot. It happens every now and then. Usually, if I restart it, it'll come right back. It's been working fine all day. Been watching lives all day. Haven't had an issue. As soon as I try to start my live, it has to give me issues. Hello, Roy and Becky. Hello, Bud Files. Hello, Michelle's Happy Homestead. Well, today a little bit warmer than it's been the last couple days. It's supposed to just keep on warming up. And Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we're supposed to be in the mid 70s. And then it's going to drop back into the 50s after that. But the normal high for this time of the year is upper 40s. So I guess we can't complain about even the 50s. Hello, Shirley. Just doing our best. Good to have you here. Hello, Des. Good to have you here. And if any of you haven't seen my last couple videos, I got a solar system. Tracy from T-Han 141 Homestead brought me a solar system the other day. It's 100 watt. It's an old Harbor Freight system that he used to use. And he brought me everything I need to hook it up with. And it will charge my batteries. So I have to buy a few things. But I'm going to get my batteries set up out near where the solar panels are. And get them hooked together. And then run an extension cord to my camper. And then I won't have the batteries in here and have to switch them back and forth and stuff. Everything will be right out there. It'll be hooked up 24/7. I'm going to run the cord in here to run all my chargers and lights and stuff like that. And then I'll just use my generator for the microwave, air fryer, hot plate, the stuff that draws more power. So that should save me some money on gas. Hello, RG Arizona. Good to have you here. Hello, Ed's Crazy Adventures. Welcome. Good to have you here. Ed, are you new to YouTube, or are you just getting into our community here now? Because I just started seeing your name popping up the last few days. It's always good to get new people into the community. Okay, I'll look into that, RG. Yes, it sure is, Jane B. It's going to make things a lot better. Oh, okay, Ed. I never saw you around before, so I was just wondering. Okay, Des, not a problem. Oh, that's probably why I just started seeing your name then. So as money allows, I'll get the stuff I need for that. I need some connectors and some wiring and stuff. It won't be much. And then I can get that hooked up, and then that'll just make it a lot better. So right now, I run the generator probably 4 or 5 hours a day, sometimes a little bit longer. It depends. But if I'm just running it when I'm cooking, then that's really going to stretch the gas a lot farther. Okay, thanks, RG. I'll check that out. Oh, yeah, if you've been gone for 9 months, then see, I've only been on here for, well, I started putting content out July 15th of last year, so almost 9 months. I watched a few channels before that, but I wasn't real active on YouTube until I decided I was going to start putting content out. Yes, he did, J&B. Tracy's a real nice guy. And then he forgot to bring along the adapter to hook all 3 panels into the wire that goes into the charge controller. So I can only have 1 panel hooked up right now. He had one at home that he was going to mail to me, but then when he checked into it, he could buy a new one from Harbor Freight and have it shipped to me cheaper than he could mail the one he already had to me. So that's what he's going to do. Thank you, Becoming Christian. Happy Easter to you also. Thanks, Shirley. Yeah, I really miss him, but having the other ones helps. And now as of Friday night, I've got 2 kittens now. Dixie just had a little black kitten and a little black and white kitten. Well, the black one, the tips of most of its toes are white. But you really got to look at it to see that. It's pretty much all black. I think, it's hard for me to tell when they're first born, but I think that one is a female, and I think the black and white one's a male. But we'll find out eventually. Hello, Mark, Little Ridge Farm. Good to have you here. Yeah, that's good that be able to get that cleanup started. It looks like the weather's going to be great this week. I'm really looking forward to it. Hello, Coffee Walks and whatever. Good to have you here. Hello, Ellie. Good to have you here. Hello, Jaden. Good to have you here. And could someone look up Tihan 141 Homestead and drop his link for me? Since he did me such a favor by bringing me that solar system, I'd like to help him out a little bit. He's almost to 1,000 subscribers. I think he's got 940 subscribers, and he's getting close on his watch hours. I think he needs just a little over 500 more watch hours. So if someone could put his link in, and if everyone could check his channel out, I would appreciate it. He's got a homestead about an hour from me. He's completely off grid. He runs on solar, and he's got a generator to top his batteries off when they get too low. He's got chickens. He had pigs last year, but I don't think he replaced his pigs after he processed them. And he's just like me. When he's doing his live, his cats always come and visit. Thank you, Shirley. I appreciate it. And he actually did a live yesterday. I missed it. I never got a notification, and it was just a pop-up. So I had no idea he was going to do it. But he was talking in there about bringing me the solar system and stuff. If you want to watch that live, that's within the first, I would say, 15 minutes or so. He talks about that. Yes, he would love to get 1,000 subs in and get his 4,000 watch hours, and he's not far off. He's getting real close. I can't remember how many hours he said he needs, but I'm almost positive he said it was 500 and something. And I checked his subs a little while ago, and I'm pretty sure it was 940 that he was at. So he's getting there. Real good guy. He normally puts videos out on Monday and Friday, and his regular day for lives is Thursday at 6 o'clock Eastern. But lately he's been doing pop-up lives. He might do a couple pop-up lives during the week. Hello, Nancy, our treasured home. Good to have you here. Okay, Ellie, thanks for checking on that. Hope I didn't miss anyone here. If I missed anyone coming in, I'm sorry about that. I've been trying to keep track of chat. I think I got everyone, but if I missed anyone asks a question or anything, I miss it, go ahead and post again. I won't get mad, that's for sure. Yes. I should have written down stuff I wanted to say about him, because I can't remember everything right now sitting there, but that's right. He's trying to become as self-sufficient as he can. So he's got his seeds started. He's very proud of his garden. And he's going to be going to a meetup in Ontario. And again, I should have written it down because I can't remember the name of it. But it's a big meetup that they have in Ontario every year. And he's going to be giving a speech there on solar. Thank you, Coffee Walks and whatever. I appreciate it. Yeah, he's very deserving of any support he can get. Because he was saying in the live yesterday, he didn't tell me that, but he was saying in the live when I watched the replay today that he wanted to get me set up like I'm doing right now with getting the batteries out there and getting everything hooked up permanently so I don't have to move stuff back and forth every morning and night. He was gonna help me out with that. But that's something that I can handle on my own, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Hello, Roxana. Good to have you here. Happy Easter to you also. Yes, that's right. We all need to help each other. It really works out a lot better that way. That's one thing about the YouTube community. We all try to help each other. But society in general, forget it. I don't mean entirely, but for the most part. There's some good people out there that willing to help, but there's a lot of them that aren't willing to help. Like right now, until I get the lawn tractor fixed right this time, I hope, I don't have any way to get to town because I can't ride my bike. I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to ride that again or not. But at this point here, I can't ride it. So I posted on Facebook, asked if anyone could give me a ride. And I did have someone that offered me a ride. So I was able to get to the post office yesterday just before they closed. So I was able to get the package that I had there, all the mail on my box, which I had some very important mail in there too. I had a form that I need to fill out and get sent back to social services for my food stamp renewal. And also my medicine was in there, which I was out of. So now I'm back on my gabapentin again. So I'm hoping once I get that built up to full strength again, that maybe I'll be able to get around a little better. I think Rebecca wants to come up and visit with us.
How you doing?
Good to have you.
Good to be here.
And here's another good person too. I just got a beautiful blanket from her the other day. Oh, yesterday.
Yep. It is so great.
And that smells so good. I can tell you wash it just before you put it in the box. It smells like fresh laundry.
I have these beads that I put in my wash machine because I found out something that fabric softener for front loading wash machines, not a good idea. It clogs them. It clogs top loaders also. So I do not use fabric softener ever again.
Ever. Well, that's good to know because I've noticed that the reservoir you put it in, it doesn't take long at all, but that's all gooey.
Yes. So I'm not using it anymore. So I started using those Downy beads, and I don't put as much as it says to put in there. I just do a half a cup and put it in there, and it is like, oh my gosh, smells good, so good.
I'll have to look into them.
Yeah, they're not cheap. We'll let you know that. A pretty good sized bottle costs about $15 to $17. So yeah, it's not too cheap, but I like it better. It makes the house smell good when I dry my clothes, and they just smell really nice.
Yep, it does smell nice. Hello, Merton and Sue. Good to have you here.
Yeah, there's Merton and Sue, and I just clicked on the comments. But yeah, we had a friend of ours, Ronald and I's friend. She cooked up some ham that she had, and also some chicken, and some stuffing, and collard greens. Oh my gosh, my stomach is like stuffed. So I had a really, really nice meal today. Ooh, from an auction house? Wow. Those downy beads? Shirley? Yes, I do. I see someone's live that I'm supporting, I'm going to come up,
I appreciate it.
It's
Hello,
all about
Boilermaker Rick. Good to have you here.
it's all about supporting the people that I care about. And there's lots of people I care about.
Was Ronald excited about the subscribers he got from M&T Homestead today?
Oh, yes, he was. He certainly is. I was like, I had no clue. He says, how do I get up here? And I went, okay, I showed him, and then I left to go get our dinner that our friend had made. And I'm like turning on my phone, and all of a sudden I hear my brother's voice, and I'm like, what did you just do?
They said that Rebecca was coming up, and then I went to the part where it has my picture, clicked on it, and found out you could change the name while you're in the studio.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
They found my YouTube place, and now Rebecca and I got to record
an intro for him.
An intro for me to where I could say hi to people.
From what he's saying,
nice.
His channel's going to be about supporting me. And I'm like, hey, you can do your own content, brother. I mean, you could take his phone and record walking the dogs. Just don't show the house where we live. You can show the gravel road where we live and stuff like that. But there's definitely some things he can do.
Yep, sure is. Hello, Johnny Small Pepper. Good to have you here.
Yes. J and B, my brother, started a channel. I was shocked.
Ronald Black Duke.
Yep.
Space. There's a space between the Ronald and the Black Duke. Black Duke is all lowercase.
It's like, what?
Yeah, if someone could drop his link.
Someone could drop his link and connect with my brother, please.
Yeah, I know he was hoping to get to 25 today, and
he went past
43 or something like that.
43.
It's like, what? It was kind of like my channel got over 100 before I had my first video. It was kind of like showcasing the gifts that I give to people and stuff like that.
Hello, Mark Kratz. And happy Easter to you also.
Hi, Mark.
Hello, Sarah.
And Sarah.
Happy Easter to you also.
Oh, she's in California. This may be a surprise to you, Sarah. My brother and I were born in Southern California, but my family left when we were children. I was not even in school. I was 2 years old. So I remember nothing except what my siblings tell me. There's Nancy. Hi, Nancy.
I've never
I've been working on someone's red pot holder.
Nice.
Trying to get it finished.
Yeah, Sarah said she's in the Bay Area.
Oh, okay. We were lived down by Los Angeles. Oh, did you hear that? That was
I heard
Blue.
some-
That was Blue playing with the cat. With BB. And there
The
he's
JB
walking. He's now walking into his crate. Just put his
JB's
paw on the-
asking you how far you
on
are from Simply Jan.
Simply Jan, probably about 3 hours. She's south of me. Yeah, I'd say about 3 hours. Three and a half.
Closer than I am.
Yes. The trip that I'm going to be driving to Lake Tenkiller is about 6 hours for me.
Not bad.
No, but I do have some issues. I've got neck problems, shoulder problems, and things like that.
Yep.
So I've got to rest. As we drive there, I've got to take breaks.
Yeah. Yeah, 6 hours driving time. They're actually going to take you more like 8 hours to get there.
Well, it's about 5.5 or something like that. I'm thinking probably 7, 6, 7. Stop every 2
Hey,
hours and
definitely
just walk around because we're going to have the dogs with us and they're going to need to get out and do their business.
You're definitely going to want to break a little bit and get some exercise.
Yes.
Hello, Sherry. Happy Easter to you also. Nothing special for Easter dinner. I opened up a can of
Oh my!
corned beef hash.
You can talk to me.
Had corned beef hash and toast for dinner.
My dogs are telling me they want to go potty. Time to go for a walk. Okay, boys.
Hey.
Oh my God. I wish you guys could see what's going on the. Hey, quiet, Denver.
I can hear quite a commotion.
Yes, there is. Denver, or not Denver, but Blue
And Ronald are fighting.
are kind of in a struggle on the floor here. He's like trying to calm the dog down, and he's wanting to play. Relax, boy. So
Well, they keep
I guess
things
I'm going to need
excited.
to get off here, Peter, and
Okay.
take our dogs for a walk. Too much
Well, thanks
pent up
for coming
energy in these large dogs.
Ah,
Oh my goodness. I'll talk to you later, and I'm glad you finally got your blanket.
I am too. Thank you.
I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if. I don't think anyone dropped Ronald's link. I'm gonna see if I can find him on here. It doesn't seem to be coming up. Oh, wait a minute. There he is. I hate doing this on my phone. There we go. Okay, there's Ronald's link. If anyone wants to go check his channel out. He doesn't have any videos on it yet. He's not 100% sure what he's going to do yet. But one thing he definitely wants to do is support his sister. Yep, that's what it was. Hormel corned beef hash. And I also found a can of roast beef hash today that I'll probably have in a day or two. Yeah, the solar panels are working good. I took one of my batteries out yesterday because the other battery, the top where the bolt went through the attached wire tube broke off. So that needs an alligator clip on it. And the solar system doesn't have an alligator clip on it yet. But I took my other battery out yesterday, and it fully charged it with just one panel working. Because until he gets me that adapter, well, he's ordered it. But now I guess I have to wait a couple weeks for Harbor Freight to send it to me. I know they're not the quickest about sending stuff. Then I'll be able to hook all three panels together. So if just one panel charged it, I think it's going to work out real well. Welcome back, Roy and Becky. I see you were in here about a half hour before the live started. Altogether, it's supposed to be 100 watts. But there's three panels, and I could be wrong, but I've never heard of a 33 watt panel, so I'm not sure. It may be just a little more, just a little less than 100. Well, that's good, Roy. Glad you got that fixed. Yes, J&B. That is going to make a big difference. So if anyone's not subscribed to T-Han 141 Homestead, check his channel out. I think you'll like him. He's got an off-grid homestead. He's completely on solar. Uses his generator just to top his batteries off once in a while. He's got a nice garden in the summer. He's got chickens. He lives on a seasonal road, which is a snowmobile trail during the winter. So he's off-grid. And thank you, Shirley, for dropping his link again. I appreciate it. I'm going to see if he gained any subscribers. Yeah, it looks like he's up to 943 now. So, thank you to everyone that sub to him. And I'm not going to have to worry about AC for a while here, Roy. We're supposed to have 3 days later this week in the mid 70s and then dropping back into the 50s. Okay, thank you, Mark. I appreciate it. I know he's going to be happy to get some new subscribers, and if anyone can watch some of his videos, and like I said, the live yesterday, he was talking about bring me the solar system, but unfortunately he couldn't film it because he didn't have a memory card in his camera. And then I was going to film more than I did, but he didn't tell me that he was on his way. I figured he'd tell me he was on his way, and he didn't. Well, I happened to be outside. I just got out to shut off my generator. Didn't even have a jacket on. And he pulled in. So I went, talked to him and stuff, and they immediately, because he was run short on time. So he immediately got it unloaded, started setting it up. But I did get a quick clip of him before he left, introducing himself and stuff. But I didn't have my phone with me. That was inside. So we didn't get it filmed, but I was glad that he brought that. It's going to help out a lot. And thank you for dropping the links, Ellie. Hello, Gary. Belt Loop 29. Good to have you here. Yep, that's what I do, Roy. When it gets up around 90, I turn the AC on. And that's the magic number. I usually try to keep it less than 90 inside. Hello, Masha. Mayhem and Miracles. Good to have you here. I never thought of that, J&B. But he's close enough that he may come back again someday. He said it took him about an hour to get here. Hello, Steve and Tina. Good to have you here. Well, what happened with the lawn tractor is that once I got the tie rod and spindle on the one side, it was out of alignment a little bit. So I figured, because I had to get to town, because there was stuff I had to pick up. But ended up not making it that day anyways, as it turned out. So then I had to do DoorDash delivery because I had just used up the last of my water that morning. So I did DoorDash delivery to get some water and bread. But anyway, what happened? It was out of alignment. So I think, well, worst thing's going to happen. Tire's going to wear a little bit. But I'll go with it, and then after I get back, I'll worry about getting it aligned. I think maybe if I change the tie rod and spindle on the other side, I'm thinking maybe it is a little bit different style. They're the same length, but they look a little bit different. They're bent different. So I'm hoping when I put the new tie rod on the other side, that will straighten the alignment out. But anyways, I started down the road, and I didn't get far at all, and one of the tires came off the rim. I'm also thinking that maybe the tires weren't put on the rim right. I don't know. With small tires, I don't know if you normally grease up the tire like you do car tires or not, but there was nothing on them. They were dry. So I don't know if that contributed to it, or if it was just entirely because it was out of alignment. But anyways, I got to try to get that straightened out, and then I'll have to put one of the old tires back on it and try and get a new tire for it. And then, as long as I can get it aligned, it should be good to go. I still have to replace the switch in it and the solenoid, so I don't have to turn on with a screwdriver and jump the solenoid. But I want to get everything else right on it before I replace that. If there's no sense in spending the $30, $35 on those parts if it's still not operational, because I can start it. It's just a pain and not the safest way to do it, but it can be done. So I'm hoping tomorrow I can work on that. It's supposed to really be nice tomorrow. So I'm going to give that a shot. Yeah, and that's another thing I need to do is I need to get some grease and hit all the grease fittings on it too. I greased up the parts a little bit, but I need to get, well, that was just some grease in tube that split open. But I want to get a tube of grease and a grease gun so I can hit all the grease fittings on it. Hope I didn't miss anyone here. So we're supposed to have some real good weather coming up. I'm not sure about this guy. He's crazy. This might be a mistake. Oh, well. Wouldn't be the first mistake I made. Hello, Mark.
What's going on?
Not much.
I'm like, great. I'll just leave, you know. So how's everything going on up there? I was on here a little bit ago, but I had to leave for a minute. I had to go mess around with a video I'm trying to download.
The things aren't going too bad. And I think with the weather way it's going to be this week, it should be a good week.
Oh, I know. It's quite amazing. I mean, it was nice being out there today and being able to do something. It's not all muddy, and was able to get some cleaning done, and tomorrow I'll be doing the same thing, and I'm just trying not to overdo myself every day. So I have to learn to say, okay, enough is enough. I have to stop,
Yep.
And I'm just trying to keep my videos kind of like 30 minutes long and just add a video like every day if I possibly can.
Okay, Shirley. Thanks
Oh,
for being
sure.
here.
Shirley's going to leave because I showed up. I see how you are. Mark Krantz, good to see you. Howard Treasure Home, good to see you. Mayhem, Miracles, LEM, Coffee Walks and whatever, and anybody else in chat, how you doing? Good to see you. But yeah, I mean, I'm making a little bit of progress, I got the roofing metal and stuff all tore off, on the video I just posted today. So I got the metal piled up and whatnot. So got a little bit more done. I know you love me, Cheryl. I love you too. Yeah, go do what you got to do. I understand. And
You see what
this
she
week,
said? If you go feed the animal floor, then she'll stay.
right? And this week I'm gonna have a PO box, hopefully. So I'll have that so people can send me stuff. I've been having issues with my address too, and getting packages sent and sent back to everybody or sent back to Amazon and everything. It's just ridiculous.
Yep.
So I'll just pay the money for a PO box if that's what. Excuse me, if that's what I gotta do.
Yeah, I got of course it varies post office to post office, but I got the medium sized box, and I think it was just under $100 a year.
Yeah, that's not too bad. I mean, I can
Could
swing
have gotten a
that.
small box, a little bit cheaper, but I got the medium sized one. That way they can fit something a little bit bigger in the box, and if I go when the window's not open, it'll be in my box.
Yeah, everybody's probably having Easter with their family and stuff, and
Okay, Mark. Thanks for
I
being
did
here.
I did laundry today and did some cleanup, and then I ran downtown and got myself a little bite to eat. Then I come right back home, and I'm just kind of hanging out here by myself.
Yeah,
If my oldest
sometimes,
daughter,
Gary,
if my oldest daughter had anything to do with me, I'd probably be with my grandkids. But she's stubborn. She must take after her mother.
hello, Michael's Adventure. It's good to have you here. Yeah, Gary, sometimes it depends on the post office, too. Like, our post office is very good. I'm getting stuff that comes to my street address, and they have no problem putting it in my P.O. box for me. And UPS will deliver a lot of stuff to the post office, and they won't put a P.O. box on it. They want a street address on it, but then they deliver it to the post office. So I don't understand that.
Yeah, that don't make no sense at all. Like I said, I can't get nothing delivered here. They send it in my mail, and it gets returned. They
I want
won't
a
deliver it to
T-shirt
my
from-
address. UPS won't deliver to my address. FedEx won't deliver to my address. Amazon won't deliver to my address. The only thing I get in my mailbox is bills and stuff.
I want a T-shirt on one of Diggins Live. So I gave her my address. Then she emailed me back. Well, they won't accept a P.O. box because it's being delivered by UPS. So had to give her my street address. Then a few days later, go to the post office. It's there. UPS delivered it to the post office.
Yeah, so hopefully I'll get my PO box, and then that way maybe it'll take care of the whole problem.
Yeah, I see they do that in some post offices, Gary, but here they don't do that. Because some post offices, your PO box number is street address of the post office, unit, whatever your box number is. But our post office doesn't do that. And thanks for the reminder, Coffee Walks and whatever. If anyone types King in chat, Nightbot will drop your link for you. I always forget to tell people that.
Yeah, I gotta get Nightbot set up on my channel sometime.
Yeah, I've got it set up so all Nightbot does on here is just make announcements and drops links. All the moderator abilities are all disabled.
Right.
So it can't time anyone out or anything.
Yeah, if anybody's in chat and they're connected with me, make sure you go and watch my video. A little bit of the cleanup process. I'll have another one going up tomorrow. Trying to keep busy, trying to get something done.
If you're able to, you can drop the link to that video.
Yeah,
that goes for anyone. If you've got any videos you want to link drop to, or make an announcement about something you got coming up, an important video or live or anything, go ahead.
Yeah, there's a link to my new video.
$7.99 is pretty good. Coffee Walks.
And there's my channel for those that aren't connected with me.
The YouTube is fighting me on subscribers terrible right now.
Yeah, mine went down a little bit, but now it went back up. I lose a couple, and then I gain like 10.
I was up to 779, and then they dropped me back down to 771, back up to 475 last night, and now I'm back down to 473, I think it is. $772. But my watch hours are going up.
Yeah, I don't keep track of my watch hours or my subscribers really. When I get to the 1,000 mark, I get there, and I pretty much grow naturally that way. And the watch hours, I want my watch hours to happen naturally as well. Those that are going to follow me are going to watch my content. I'll get my hours. I don't want to ask other people to play my playlist or anything like that if I can help it. Sometimes I'll go to bed at night and I got, another account on my phone where I can just click over to that and I'll let that run my playlist at night while I'm sleeping. So that gives me a little bit of watch time just by me myself, so. But I mean, if people want to play less, they're more than welcome to.
I've got 3,631 watch hours. I have a playlist that's got some of the videos on it, but I don't keep it updated. I'm not really concerned about watch hours because I'll have 4,000 watch hours within a month.
Right.
I've only got 369 hours left to go. And actually, I've already got part of those hours because this is 2 days behind.
Right.
And I never get less than 5 hours on a video. Usually between 5 and 10 hours. And then a live depends on how long it goes. I have gotten as high as 70 hours from a live. But I usually get like 20 or 30 hours on a live.
Right. Traveling Merton Sue, good to see you. I haven't gotten an email back from you yet. Or you guys can text me even, and we can talk on the phone and set up a date and time to have you guys over on my channel and interview you.
Yeah, I guess, Chuck, I don't think I missed any comments. And again, I'm sorry if I did miss anyone.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to keep up with it.
Yep. I try to keep looking over there and keeping track of it. Then all of a sudden I look over and I didn't see any of these. How far back was it since I looked last time? And if anyone's interested, I'm hoping to have coffee mugs available very soon. I'm trying an experiment. I hope they're going to turn out. And I'll have them posted on here for sale if everything works out good. Yeah, my bonfire store wasn't such a great idea. Stuff is so expensive on there that no one's buying anything. I've had that on there for about 4 months, and I've sold one T-shirt.
Yeah, it's like my Little Ridge Farm shirts that we're trying to sell, to help us with our rebuild and stuff that Square County Homestead's doing. I think he's only sold maybe 6 or 7 of them. And we actually thought we'd sell a little bit more because, it's only $15 a shirt and it's like $5 for the shipping. So it's like $20 and you get a Little Ridge Farm shirt that helps us out with our rebuild. All the proceeds from that come to us as long as it's a Little Ridge Farm shirt. Any of his other shirts, the Attaboy or Attagirl shirts, it's he'll send over 20%.
Yeah, I priced everything in my bonfire store exactly $2 over the base price. So I'd only make $2 on it, but still $20 for a T-shirt. Then I think it's $6 for shipping.
Right.
And now I'll get $2 out of it. So it's not much.
No, it's not. Square County Homestead does his shirts and stuff right from home and everything. So,
Yep.
there's a little bit more of a profit there. And like I said, I mean, people don't want to donate and whatever, they can buy a shirt and they get a shirt out of it, and it's still helping us.
Yep.
I'm not sure what we get from each shirt, but Chris is a straight up dude, and I know he'll take care of everything he needs to help us out. Cottonwood Ranch, good to see you. All Terrain Coffee and Camping, good to see you.
Hello, Raquel.
Yeah,
Cottonwood
I've been
Ranch.
doing my
Hello,
videos
Tracy.
today, and I'm gonna try to keep my videos right about 30 minutes long. I don't want them over that. I think people get bored of watching something after about 30 minutes, so
Yep.
I'm gonna keep them right about 30 minutes. I'm not gonna put an intro on them. I'm just gonna put them out there just as they are, no editing or nothing. I think it's just best that way. Because it's like people don't want to watch the intros, when they start watching the video, it's got an intro, they skip it. So there's no point in even having it. Bell Loop says, it was great to sit down with Chris and his wife for a meal. Yeah, I know. I told Chris I was a little jealous about it. I just talked to him last night and he didn't say a thing about it. And I didn't catch a video or nothing like that. Since you guys met up. So I was like, I didn't know you were meeting up with him. I'm a little jealous.
Yeah, when Tracy came in my solar system the other day, I wish I could have taken him out to lunch, but I guess no way I could have done that.
Right.
And then he didn't have time anyways.
Yeah, Belt Loop, I know you put a couple shorts up. That's how I noticed you ran into him when you guys were meeting up and everything. I was like, okay, I see how it is. But I'm hoping in September, if everything goes all right and I don't have to use my credit card, I'm going to be going to Tennessee and visiting the tiny home community down there again. And meeting my girlfriend in Nashville for however many she's there for. And if I can, I want to swing down to see Chris and hopefully meet up with you as well. And then I'm going to shoot up into Arkansas, see a couple people, and then I'm coming back home. I'm just hoping I can swing it to be able to do that. Kind of give myself a little bit of a break after doing everything that I'm doing this summer is the plan on that. Your fault, Mark. You had him on your show. That's how I met him. Great folks. Yeah, they're awesome people. You didn't have to come watch my show, and then you would have never met him. We can just leave it that way. But no, keep coming over though. I don't mind. Yeah, I'm hoping to get down there, Belt Loop. I mean, that's my plan. I don't know if it's going to work out or not, because if I have to use my credit card to buy some things for my house, then that's what I got to do. But I'm really hoping to be able to use that for a little bit of a vacation to get away from everything that I've had to do here all summer long. And plus, I'll get to see Tammy again because I'm not going to see her until September if I do. And if I don't go down to see her in September, I don't know when I'll be able to see her again. That long distance relationship's pretty rough, but we make it work. Okay, I'll keep that in mind, he says.
And speaking of videos.
And speaking of Chris, he just texted me.
Into the Mist just posted a video tonight. It's about an abduction case that's right here close to me. It happened back in 1994. Girl was kidnapped from a convenience store. I'm looking forward to watching that. I actually sent Lindsay an email about that the other day and was telling her about it because I thought it's something that would fit in nice on her channel. That happened probably, I would say, can't be more than 10, 15 miles from where I live. Okay, Gary, you go for a run.
If you got to run, I want to see it on video. If it's not on video, it didn't happen. Yeah, I've been trying to figure out, maybe a day and time and fun wise, when I could possibly come up your way, meet up with you, even, spend a couple hours up there, hang out a little bit, go get some lunch or something.
That'd be nice. I know someone else mentioned this. I'd like to do a meetup in this area sometime this summer. There's not a lot of us around this area, but there's probably a dozen or so.
Yeah. I said before, it'd be nice to have like a little meetup or something up here. It's just a
Maybe
matter
we
of
do.
trying to get it set up, like I said, it'd be nice like down here in my area because it's like right on the border of PA and everything. So you'd be able to get more people from below us to come up. And I'm not, we're not too far from Massachusetts or any of them areas either, just, 4 or 5 hours roughly. But yeah, and I'm kind of like in central location for everybody, more or less, when it comes to the New York. I'm not up north further for people to drive even further that are coming from south,
We've got quite a few people in Ohio too.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm only like 3 hours, I think, from the Ohio border. So that's not too bad. Arts and Adventure, good to see you.
Hello, Tasha. Art and Adventure with Tasha. Good to have you here.
Martin and Sue are like, how far are you from each other? Well, I'm in Watkins Glen, and I do believe Peter's like maybe 2 hours from me.
I'm going to look it up right now.
Yeah, I think I checked on it once before. I think it was right around 2 hours. And the Vineyard Farmhouse is only a couple hours from me as well. I'm drawing a blank when it comes into channels in New York for some reason right now. But a 2 hour trip is nothing really. I mean, I can drive 10 hours and it's nothing. I can do that in a day. It don't bother me. I drive as far as I can, usually about a half a tank of gas, and then I find a gas station so I can get out and stretch, and then I move on. It might take me a little bit longer to get there doing it that way, but it just gets me out of the vehicle without running, 300 miles before I have to fill back up.
Yeah, just about 2 hours.
Arts and Adventures says I live by Kanajahari, New York. I don't even know where that's at.
I believe that is towards Albany, if I'm not mistaken. Exit 29 off the thruway.
Yeah, that's about 3 hours from me. So that's not too far either. Yeah, so I pretty much go up to Geneva, head to Syracuse, and just the other side of Utica. So that's not too far, really. You get on the throughway and you can drive a little bit faster, so you can get there in a little bit quicker of a time, actually.
Yeah, speed limit on the throughway is about 85.
Yeah, sometimes 90. You know, I mean, I've had cops fly by me at over 100 miles an hour without their lights on, so I just follow them. And
Yep.
you know, my ex, she's like, "You're gonna get pulled over." I said, "For what?" I'm going with the flow of the traffic. If he's doing 100, I'm doing 100. And I just follow him all the way, you know, from Buffalo right over to Geneva area. And she's like, "You're just crazy." I was like, "Hey, he's got to have his lights on for an emergency call to be driving that fast. So if he's going to drive that fast, I'm going to."
I was in Pennsylvania years ago. I was going 80, and cars were passing me like I was standing still. I increased it to about 90. I was keeping up with traffic at 90.
Yeah. It's like that a lot. Even like out in Arizona when I was out to my girlfriend's, you know, we're cruising 80 miles an hour down the 4 lane and people are flying by us. And it's like, geez, as long as you do 90, you're out, you're going with the flow of the traffic. You're not going to be a accident waiting to happen, I guess. Yeah, traveling Merton Sioux. It would be great to have a meetup up in this area for sure. Like I told you guys before, you know, you guys ever come over here to visit or whatever, I got a big enough field down below you guys can park in. You can fill you up with water and everything here. And if the RV's out of the driveway by my sister's, you can actually probably park right there and hook right up to everything.
Yeah, it sounds like there's even more people in this area than I knew about. I knew Merton and Sioux were in Massachusetts. I knew that.
Yeah.
I didn't know Tasha was in Canajoharie.
Yeah, I didn't know Tasha was that close either.
No.
So that surprised me.
So maybe
Yeah,
that's
'cause
something.
Terry's only like a couple hours from me too. He's up around the Tug Hill area, right?
Who's that?
Isn't it Terry I'm thinking about?
Not familiar with Terry. Yep, Nancy's in Columbus, Ohio. I knew she was in Ohio. When I mentioned I knew there was some from Ohio, she's actually one of them I was thinking of. And I think Dan, Handicapped Traveler, I think he's in Ohio too, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe this is something that we should seriously look into.
Yeah, it's just a matter of somebody having the time to set everything up and everything, you know.
Yep.
And I know right now I don't have it. I mean, I can help out the best I can. You know, like I said, I got a big enough field down here where people can park RVs. They can put tents up, whatever they want to do. Or there's a campground a mile down the road this way, and there's one down the road this way about 4 miles. And then there's other places to camp as well if they wanted to be at a campground, you know. I mean, if they didn't mind just being completely off grid, they could do that.
And Merton and Sue said Dan is from Ohio.
Man, I can't believe my mind is drawing a blank tonight.
Oh, I know the feeling. I do the same thing sometimes. And if there's anyone here that's not aware of it, I've started doing a live on Wednesday night at 11 o'clock Eastern also. This past Wednesday wasn't as good as Sunday, but for the first time, I didn't think it was too bad. Had a couple new people in it.
T-Ham 141 Homestead.
Oh, it's
This is
Tracy at T-Han. That's
Yeah, as
who I
soon
was
as you
thinking.
started playing, I knew who you were doing. Yep. Yeah, Tracy's
Yeah.
the one that came and brought me my solar system the other day.
Yeah, because he's only up on Tug Hill, so he's only like a couple hours from me as well.
Yeah, he's an hour from me.
Right.
Because I'm not in the Tug Hill area now, but when I lived 10 miles from here, that was just about where the Tug Hill area begins. And then he's right up on the Tug Hill. Yeah, Tracy's going to Ontario for a meetup. I think it's the first part of May.
Oh yeah, I remember him talking about that one night on his channel that he's going up to Canada for one.
And
You know,
he's pretty
it's like the
excited
one
about
that's it's like the one that's coming up with MT Homestead and all them. I would love to be able to go to that. You know I
Yeah.
could hitch a ride with somebody, but then finding a place to stay and everything would be the next trick. But I need to stay here and do what I got to do. I mean, it would cost me a few $100 to go out there, and I don't have the money to spend like that. $200 is $200 towards a window or something that I need. So it definitely put a damper on everything that I was planning to do and in the future.
You
So it's
sound-
definitely set me back for a couple years again.
You sound like my father. He would say to do something there, he'd always compare. Well, that would buy a new front door, or that'd buy tires for my truck, or something like
Right.
that. You'd always
Right.
comparing.
Well,
So he didn't need to spend money on. Well, that would buy this here that I really do need to buy.
right. And if my house didn't burn down, it wouldn't be that big of a deal, but I got to get that roof over my head and get it closed
Yep.
in before winter comes back around. So $200 is a lot of money for, to do what I got to do. So come September, hopefully I don't use my credit card and I can take a little bit of a vacation and kind of unwind from the whole summer. But if I can't, then I can't. I'll have to, use the card to do something on the house, and that's what I got to do. I just try to keep my priorities straight. That's all.
Yep. Yeah, that's it.
My daughter needs that roof over her head and everything more than I do. I'm like you, Peter. I could live in a shed or something as long as it's closed in and warm enough and good to go.
Yep.
I can live that simple life. That's not for everybody. Yeah, Merton Sousa, they would come for sure. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of nice meetups going on. Every year there's going to be meetups no matter what. I think Shoot Dang, I don't think they're having one this year. I think they're going to have one next year. I think I heard somebody say something about that. I'm planning to start building. Well, right now it's a cleaning process. I just dropped a video today where I started to clean up and everything. And I got another video I'm going to put up tomorrow. with the cleanup process as well. So, I mean, for the next couple weeks, it's probably just going to be cleanup. After that, then it's just a matter of getting the RV here and getting it set up, and then it's going to come up with the plan to start ripping it apart and rebuilding. You know, I'm going to be adding weight to the RV and making a wall thicker for better insulation, raising the roof so it's easier, you know, more room inside, changing all the electric in it, get rid of all the 12-volt system and put in just a regular 120 service into it. Just matter of going through that whole process. But you know, it'll keep me busy all summer, I'm sure. And it's definitely going to put some good content out there. It's not the RV you are living in now. No, this is my brother's RV that he let me use. The one that I'm getting is, this one has a 2-bedroom. The one I'm getting is only a 1-bedroom, but me and my daughter will make it work. I'm hoping to be able to put an addition on it as well. So that way my daughter can have her own room and everything. If I can't do it this year, then she'll have it for next year, but she can always crash on the couch when she's with me or whatever. I just won't have her as much as I like.
You've got a good idea there. Sounds like you got a really good plan. Like you're saying, kitchen's already there, bathroom's already there.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and that was, you know, I mean, I would love to have taken my building and put it up on a mobile home trailer frame, you know, with a new floor and everything, all new plumbing, all new electric, and having it spray foam, putting the windows, doors in, and everything I needed, you know, because that would have made a really good home. But for the price of what it would cost me to do that, would probably triple what it's going to cost me to do the RV. The RV is already, you know, like you said, you know, it's already got the kitchen, it's already got the bathroom in it. You know, I will change the toilet over to a regular house toilet. I will take the holding tank out of it, change some of the plumbing. All the water lines will be replaced and run all PEX tubing. Anything to make it more like a tiny home and like a regular home. Take out the whole 12-volt system because I don't need it. It's going to stay permanent. You know, I'll add, you know, whatever heaters I need to, you know, a mini split for heating and cooling, hopefully one with a double head unit so I can put one in the bedroom and then one out in the living area. And I'll probably put in a propane fireplace just for that backup if electric ever goes out. You know, and I just think it's going to be a whole lot cheaper that way, just putting a new roof on and doing what I got to do.
Yep.
And I think it's, you know, a lot of people are trying to build tiny homes, but a lot of people can't afford to build the tiny home. So this is an option, you know. I mean, I'm buying a mobile home or an RV for like $2,000. And, you know, once I get it set up and everything, I might have, I don't know, maybe 15 to 18,000 in it when I'm done. But I think it'll be well worth it, and it'll be a cheaper route for people to go and have a full blown tiny home. Other than your, you know, your cupboards and everything inside are still going to be RV style, but they're going to work for what you need it to do. You don't need a $2,000 kitchen to make it livable. You don't need a $5,000 bathroom to make it livable. And that's where a lot of your expense comes in when you build, is your bathrooms and your kitchens. It gets real expensive. You know, and it's like the RV furnace. You know, I'm taking that out. I don't want it because once it breaks down, they're hard to get repaired. So I'm doing away with everything I possibly can. That's really not going to be tiny home worthy. Let's use that word, worthy, because you know they're made for an RV. They're made for part-time living. They're not made for full-time living. If you are a full-time RVer, then it's great. You you do what you got to do to get them repaired. You know, it's like the propane and electric fridge that you have in an RV. I'm probably yanking it out, and I'm probably just going to put an apartment size one in unless there's room for a full size one. I can't remember what that RV looks like. I have been waiting to go look at it again. It's been a while. Yeah, RV furnaces aren't very efficient at all. I use it once in a while in here just to take the chill out real quick. Other than that, the electric heaters I got are just fine. I don't even like running them because they do run the electric bill up quite high. A lot of that is just because you're running off a 30 amp service or a 50 amp service. And that's why I want to change the electric over to 120, because then it's going to be more energy efficient running off that better electric. Will I run into the insurance issue again with, well, that's possible. I'm not sure yet. Once everything gets situated, I'm going to talk to the insurance company that I did talk to, and they might be able to cover it under the property insurance and everything, so it'll be covered.
Yeah, I just checked. Willoway Ranch isn't going live tonight, so I'll be continuing.
Yeah, I mean, you know, putting a new roof over anything, I mean, it's going to cost you a couple grand. Doing the siding, you know, it could cost you another 4,000 or 5,000 depending on what siding you go with. I'm doing a whole different siding than what anybody else has probably ever done on an RV or anything like that. So it's probably going to average out about the same. It's just going to be might be a little bit heavier than doing like a vinyl siding, but I'm okay with that. But it might average out to be about the same way. The insulation, I want to do the spray foam if possible, and that's going to be a little pricey. That's probably going to be close to $4,000 to do that. But at least I know everything is sealed up tight. My biggest concern with the spray foam is that the siding and the insulation is out of it, and I put the spray foam in there. Is it going to push the paneling in on the RV so it's going to be bulging? And I think I might end up putting 2-inch foam board in all the cavities and then put the spray foam over top of that. So that'll stop the paneling from bulging if that's what I need to do. So I've got a lot of plans and things running through my head, and we'll definitely put the content out there and hopefully share it with everybody. And, you know, everything that works. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. That's what I like about my channel and the way I do everything. I try to show everything. I don't cut out all the flaws and everything and the bloopers and whatnot. I just run my videos. I don't edit too much. My video today and the video that's coming up, I didn't edit at all. I just turned the camera on and let it go.
I try to do a lot of my editing while I'm filming. If it's something I know I'm not going to use in the video, shut it off.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just doing right now. I'm just doing cleanup. So it was pretty simple just to turn it on and clean up and talk to the camera a little bit. That's what I did today. And then another video I did after that one, I didn't talk too much because I was just, you know, moving burnt wood and everything and piling it up. So I just kept busy doing that. But I did a little talking at the very end.
Yeah, it sounds like you're making some good progress, and you got some good plans there too.
Yeah, I mean, the progress was slow from the start, you know. I mean, you know, the weather up here, you don't know what you're going to get, and most of the time it's either rainy or cold. So it's just been a muddy mess and everything. And so I held off, and today was beautiful. So I said, I'm going out and I'm going to get started. And the rest of this week is looking good. So I should be able to get a lot cleaned up. And hopefully, you know, move on to the next step the following week as long as the weather holds off. How was your back? Well, my back's a little sore tonight. I just worked as long as I could, and when my back started bothering me, that's when I said I'm done for now. I got to try to limit myself. I don't want to be laid up for 2 days. I want to be able to
Exactly.
go out there every day and do a little bit, and I'll get a lot more done that way than overdoing it on one day and then hurting for 2 or 3 days. And
That's what
with the weather being nice, my back hasn't bothered me too much at night when I'm sleeping either. When it's cold and it's rainy and stuff, I hurt everywhere.
Yeah, that's what I've figured out. You got to know your limitations, and when your body's telling you to stop, stop. Because if
Yeah.
you push it, then you're not going to be able to do anything for days. And what did you accomplish by doing that?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm pretty stubborn when it comes to that. It's like I just keep going and going and going. But I'm learning, over the past few years that I need to slow down.
Same
I'm
here.
not 30 years. I'm not 30 years old anymore. And I've had my neck surgery, shoulder surgery, and kidney stones, and I fell off a roof in 2019, messed up my hip and my lower back, and it's just going to bother me for however long it has to. I know I have to go see a doctor about the bone spurs and the cyst in my back next to my spine, but I'm kind of holding off on that as long as I can right now. Because if I go and see them and they want to do surgery, then it's going to lay me up for a while.
Yep, sure will. You don't want to be laid up this time of the year if you don't have to.
Yeah. Yeah, Martin. So that's why when I travel, I try to travel, once I get to a half a tank, it's time to find a gas station. I can get out and stretch. If I drive for the whole 300 and something miles before I fill up, then my back starts to bother me. So I've noticed if I only drive, until about a half a tank and I get out and stretch a little bit for 20 minutes and then get back in the vehicle and go, I'm pretty good that way. It's like sitting here. When I sit here and do my lives for like an hour or whatever, it starts bothering me. And then afterwards I get up and I walk around and everything. And once my lives go about 2 hours, I really feel it, which I did, last Monday with Thyman Timber. I did the live with her, and my back bothered me after that one.
Yeah, I checked at 8 o'clock. Saw you weren't on, Wendy, so I went to your community page and I saw that.
Yeah, I was just about ready to say, Willoway's not live tonight. You're butchering a steer. That's why we want to head out west to get away from the cold. All the aches and pains, don't like the cold. Yeah, exactly. And if somebody hasn't had an injury in their body, they don't know what it's like. You feel that rain when it's coming. You know when it's going to be cold. When I'm outside with with my hands and stuff, is the main thing. If my hands get cold, I'm done. Because I lost that finger. So when that gets cold, that's like an ice cube, and that hurts and stings and everything. It don't matter what gloves I have on. That's the first thing that gets cold on my body.
Okay, thank you, Wendy. I appreciate it. Yeah, when I was working, there was one day I just all of a sudden, I started aching terrible. I made a comment to one of the customers that it was going to rain. We talk about beautiful out here, sunshine. It's not going to rain. Guess what? Within 2 hours, it was pouring. I could feel that coming in. Even though there wasn't a cloud in the sky, my body was telling me it's on its way.
Yeah, it's like my brother. I told him one time, I told my brother one time, it's going to rain. He's like, it ain't going to rain. The sun is shining. It's 80 degrees. And within about 30 minutes, it started raining. Even though the sun was shining, it was 80 degrees.
Yep.
I could feel it in my shoulders and my neck and my back. And so sometimes I can feel it in my knees first. It just depends on the coldness of the weather.
Yep. Hello, Henry Leslie, Vermont. Good to have you here.
Yeah, Squirrel Magnet Fishing, good to see you. Henry, good to see you. Welcome in.
Yeah, I don't know if you were here earlier. I was saying that I ran out my gabapentin about a month ago. I got my prescription refill and they mailed it to me. I picked it up yesterday. So I started taking that again. So I'm hoping once that gets built up to full strength again, that I'll feel a little better.
Yeah, it should only take a few days for that to get through your system, and you'll be good to go. My mom used to take that stuff all the time. She'd pop them things like candy.
I'm actually supposed to be taking 1 tablet for 3 days, then 2 tablets for 3 days, and then 3 tablets for 3 days, and then start on the 4 tablets. But I started taking it 12 hours apart. Took one
Yeah,
at
my
noon
mom was-
yesterday when I got home. Took another one at midnight.
My
And I
mom
went
was taking
and-
the highest milligram ones 4 times a day, and then at night when she went to bed, they dropped it down like 600 milligrams when she went to bed.
Yeah, I think. Come on. No, it's sitting right here next to me.
Or are they 600 milligrams or 300 and 600 milligrams? I can't remember, but
One time I'm taking a 300 milligrams.
yeah.
And once I get the full dosage, I'll be taking 300 in the morning, 300 in the afternoon, and then I take 2 tablets at night. So I'll be taking 600 at night.
Yeah, my mom had that neuropathy in her feet so bad she couldn't wear socks. She hardly even could put shoes on. She suffered so much.
Yeah, I know this gabapentin, that really helps me.
Yeah, because it's pretty much just like an inflammatory pill, isn't it?
Well, it does help with the inflammation some. It's something to do with the muscles.
Yeah, I know it helps with like nerves and stuff like
I'd
that.
have
'Cause
to,
my mom
to
had
look
that nerve
up
damage.
again.
Squirrel Magnet Fishing says we'll be dropping 2 videos on Monday. Yeah, I dropped 1 video today, and I'll be dropping another one tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll probably drop one around 11 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get a video out a little bit earlier tomorrow than I did yesterday. You know, yesterday just didn't seem to cooperate with me. Didn't get the video done in time, and then took forever to upload. Then I ended up falling asleep before it uploaded. So I had it set to private. What I do, I set my video to private. And after uploaded,
Yeah.
if I go on my laptop, I can add the description in and everything ahead of time. But on my phone, I can't add the description in until it's fully uploaded. So I'll set it to private, and then when it's uploaded, then I go in and put the description in and stuff.
Yeah, I do the same thing. I set it for private, and then I'll go in and I'll fill it out afterwards. I'll go into YouTube Studio and edit everything out up that way I want it.
And then I fell asleep and didn't wake up till about 2 hours after my video had finished uploading. So I ended up not getting that uploaded till, I think it was like 2-3 o'clock this morning. And that hurt my views. They eventually come back, but when I get one upload that late, the initial views on it are down. But it seems like if I can get it early evening, the views will shoot right up. And then YouTube seems to be pushing it out more. Hello, Cindy Squirrel Off Grid. Good to have you here.
Yeah, it's like I got a video trying to upload now, but apparently downloading it to the laptop to upload it from there. Didn't want to work, so now I got to do it from my phone and see what happens. So hopefully it'll upload.
Hopefully.
It just takes longer on the phone. I figured the computer would be a lot faster, just plug it into it, but it's not taken for some reason.
Yeah, and this laptop I have here, I can't edit videos on here.
Yeah, I don't know too much about that editing. I'm trying to figure it all out. I'm a hands-on person, so if somebody's right there showing me how to do it, it's a whole lot easier. When I'm trying to figure it out on my own, forget it. I didn't even know how to turn a computer on when I first started a year ago. All I had was my phone, and that was it. And then when I lost my mom, I got a little bit of money from her passing away, and I bought my studio with the 3 screens and stuff. And my buddy hooked me up with, picking everything out that I needed, and he was showing me how to do everything, by sharing the screen and everything with him. And I just never got into the editing part because I never got to that point. He did most of my editing because I was trying to figure out everything else on the computer in the meantime. And then, because of the fire, I lost all that. So now I got to start all over again. I just got to come up with another $1,600 to $2,000 to buy my new studio again.
Yep.
Couple years, I'll probably have another one unless, something comes up in the meantime. I even thought about buying the attachment for the laptop, so I have 3 screens, but they're $600. It's like, if I'm going to spend $600, I'm going to spend it on the big studio.
Yeah. I had another laptop for a few months, but I was renting it from Rent-A-Center, and just couldn't keep up with the payments on it.
Yeah.
It was like $22 a week.
Yeah, I was going to say, they're like, what, $25 a week? So that's like $100 a month,
Yep.
Yeah, and this laptop I got, it's nothing special. It was like a $400 or $500 laptop. I bought it for my daughter. When I got my studio, I bought her a laptop, and I kind of confiscated it ever since, out of the house fire. So I use it for what I need to use it for, but she also gets to use it when she's here, and when I'm not on YouTube, I'll just use my phone. So, but yeah, this is her laptop, and I don't add too much to it to slow it down or anything like that for her. I use a free video pad editor on the computer. Yeah, I've checked in on a couple different things on the computer that were free and stuff, and I still couldn't figure them out. Everybody's like, you can do the editing right on your phone, and I can't even do that. I'd have to have somebody teach me a little bit about it before I could even get involved with it. I'm always afraid I'm going to mess it up, and I'll never be able to get back into it.
When I had to send that laptop back, then I had to start doing the editing on my phone. Well, at first, I was told that that's why I got the laptop, because I was told you can't edit from a phone. But then I found out you can.
Yeah, you can. I know a few channels, that's what they do. They use their phone all the time, but they have the iPhones. Like, man, I need to find somebody who's got the Android like I do. I got the S22. And if, anybody out there's got the S22 and they edit on this thing, then we need to get in touch. And I got the stylus pen here to be able to do whatever if I need to as well. And that's what I use for my camera and everything.
I got the Samsung Galaxy A52. It's a nice phone.
Yeah, there's a lot of great phones out there for like doing video and stuff. But I know with the S22, the reason why I got that, the Samsung Galaxy S22, is the Android is you can run with that thing with your video going, and it's going to stay stable no matter what. You can go like this with it, and your video is going to stay stable and straight. And that is a big thing when you're doing a video, is try to keep as stable as possible. I don't really worry too much about, like a lot of the video, but the stability part I like.
I pay with tax $16 a month for this. And in July, I can either continue renting it until it's paid off, or I can turn this in and get something different.
Right.
Haven't decided yet what I'm going to do.
Yeah, Nancy has the Android Samsung S20e. All right, well, my girlfriend's taking a break from her homework, so I got to jump off here and talk with her for a little bit, and then she's going to get busy on her homework some more. So
Okay.
I'll jump back on here if you're still live after I get done with her.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks for coming up.
All right. Yeah, no problem. Thanks, everybody, for listening to us just talking away up here.
Yeah, if anyone else wants to come up, or if anyone's got any questions for me or anything, go ahead. I don't know the one that's in here heard everything I was saying earlier or not. So may go back over some of the stuff that I was talking about earlier. Tracy from THAM 141 Homestead brought me a solar system the other day. And what I'm going to end up doing, right now I have to take my battery out, hook it up, and then bring it back in. But what I'm going to do is I got to get some wires and connectors and stuff. Then I'm going to take both batteries outside, get them hooked together, and then take my inverter out and have my whole electrical setup out there, and then just run a cord on my camper for charging my laptop, phones, lights, anything like that. And I won't have to mess around, keep switching the batteries back and forth and stuff. And then I'll just use my generator for basically for cooking. For my microwave, air fryer, hot plate, anything like that. So it'll be a lot easier on gas. And yes, Sarah, the generator does seem to still be working. So hopefully I got a good one. I probably do have time to organize a meetup, but I don't know if I do it right. But I definitely would like to look into it. I may be able to organize it. Hello, Square County Homestead. Good to have you here. Yeah, I think what we can do to start is I'll just let everyone know it's here now. If anyone would be interested in a meetup in Watkins Glen, New York, that's in the western part of the state. If anyone's interested in it, you can send me an email, oldmankinghomestead@aol.com, and that's in my About section. And I believe I have it in the description of all my videos. I don't have it in the description of the lives, but because I always forget to add stuff in there. But I think it's in the description of all my videos. Just send me an email. Let me know you're interested. And if you got any ideas, just go ahead, give me the ideas. And when might be a good time for you, or times to avoid, or whatever. So we got some basic information to get started with. Yeah, that sounds pretty good, Merton and Sue. Thanks for coming, Henry Leslie, Vermont. I appreciate it. Yeah, something simple like that. That would be good. Because I like simple stuff where you not stuff's on a strict schedule and stuff like that. So if I can get some emails in and start getting everyone's ideas together and dates and stuff, then I can see what we can potentially figure out and get something organized. Because as it turns out, there's more people around here than I thought there was initially. Yeah, I'm definitely all for a cookout on a fire. Sit around the fire, roasting marshmallows while you're talking to everyone. Now I have to talk to Mark about a place to have it. You'll have to get everyone's input on it around this area and anyone that might attend it. Yeah, Merton and Sue, I knew there was you in Massachusetts, and then Michael Farmer and the Chicken in Connecticut. Then here in New York, I knew there was Tracy, me, Mark, Lila, Skip, Brian, then Nancy, Dan from Ohio. I know there's some people in Pennsylvania. Hello, Mark. Corner Clubhouse Cobalt. Good to have you here. Yeah, he did mention Big Field. Maybe he'd be willing to let us use that. And maybe earlier would be better. I was thinking more like maybe late August or September. But we'll get some input and see what people think. I'll probably put a video out about this. Okay, you leaving September 15th? Okay. I'll put a video out and so it'll get out to more people. And ask everyone to email me. So we start getting input from different people. But we'll definitely have to make sure we have it before you guys leave. I know Tracy's going to that one in Ontario. I believe it's like the second weekend in May. Then I know there's a few going to the one at Tenkiller. That is, I think it's Memorial Day weekend. I think Brian's going to that one. And I'm not sure about the Ozark one. That's about the second weekend in June. I should be able to. I'll definitely have to make sure my camper's secure. and then just make sure whoever I get to look after things, make sure they're the only one that's got a key to it, and I know the cats wouldn't be too happy about me being gone for a few days, but as long as I can get someone to look after them, they should be okay. And the chickens, I know they'll be fine. As long as they get fed and watered every day, they'll be fine. And it would probably I'm thinking 2 days and 1 night. Get there whenever, noon, mid-afternoon, the first day. Then have that night there, and then leave the afternoon of the following day. Yeah, there actually would be a pretty good place not far from me. We have a county park that's not too far. It's probably, I would say, maybe 7-8 miles from me. They have a pavilion or two there, and there's well, they call it a lake, but it's actually just a big pond. I'm not sure if they allow fishing in that. I almost think they might allow fishing in that. And they got bathroom facilities there. Yeah, I don't think there's camper hookups there. But I'm sure you can park a camper there. I know they have allowed that in the past. Because they used to have, maybe they still have it, I'm not sure. But they used to have Trappers Week in there every year. And people come to their campers and they'd be parked in the parking lot all weekend. I actually can look into it. And there's some state parks on Lake Ontario that aren't far from here, too. I'm not 100% sure on the hookups, but I don't think they have hookups. Yes, it would be. It definitely would be easier for me. Because by that time, my son should have his truck, and he'd be able to take me back and forth, and I'd be able to take care of the animals myself. And because that does make me nervous, just because it's so hard to get someone to watch after them. It does make me nervous leaving them. Yeah, that would be an idea. Move it around to different areas. I know if it was close to here, that would make it easier on Tracy. And I don't know if it'd make too much difference for Tasha. Probably would be about the same, maybe be a little bit closer. Yeah, I'll look into it. Because I definitely would like to be close to home. That's why actually I'm kind of looking into getting a bus. And then, like I said, the chickens, I'm not so concerned about them. Because I can give the chickens enough food to last them. I think that feeder will last them 3 or 4 days. And the water depends on how warm it is, how much water they're drinking, as long as they don't spill it. Which normally they don't spill it unless it gets down almost empty, then they tip it over. That will last a few days too. I normally try to give them fresh water every day, but it comes right down to it. That would last them a few days. And then if I had a bus, I'd just take the cats along with me wherever I went. I don't know how familiar you are with New York, but I'm just north of Syracuse. Syracuse is just about as close to the center of New York as you're going to get. And I'm about 30 miles north of Syracuse. Right off the east end of Lake Ontario. It's about 10 or 12 miles right to the shore of Lake Ontario from here. I'm in Parrish. I'll type that in chat so you can have the spelling of it. And any of the places that I mentioned, the state parks and the county park, they're all within 15, 20 miles of here. But the state parks, there would be hookup for your camper if you're able to get a spot there. I know some of them you've got have reservations in a long time ahead. But I will check on the hookups at the county park. Because that would be a nice secluded area. And how do you feel about not having 5.5 hours? It's not bad. And how do you feel about not having camper hookups? Is that something that you would prefer to have? I'll be right back. I'm going to start the heater up. It's starting to get chilly in here. I had the heater off all day. Shut that off probably 10 o'clock this morning. Hasn't been on all day. Okay. That's good to know. Okay. I'll look into the county park and get the specifics on that. That the whole place would be ours. Yeah, this is saving me so much money by warming up. I don't know if the batteries are getting low or what, but don't have an outside temperature on here. Usually that happens when the batteries are getting weak. But it's saying 52 inside. During the winter, I was keeping it about that temperature in here, but I was dressed a little warmer. I'm checking on WeatherBug. 35 outside. But this is the last cold night we're supposed to have. Well, tomorrow night's supposed to be upper 30s. Then after that, our nights is supposed to be in the 40s and a couple nights in the 50s. That's warm. But not going to complain about that, that's for sure. I like the warm weather. Well, have a good night, Nancy. Thanks for coming. Thank you, Squirrel. I appreciate it. Yeah, I think we got up pretty close to 50 today. $48. Oh, actually, our average high today should have been 50. That's the first day. It's been in the upper 40s, so we should be 50 now. And 34 at night. You're welcome, Ellie. Thanks for everything you've done. Yeah, we'll make it work out somehow, Merton and Sue. And we'll figure out something. Okay, have a good night. Happy Easter to you also. Thank you. Yeah, I'll stay warm now. I got my heater going, that's for sure. Yeah, sometimes I can't leave my heater going all night. Sometimes I'll wake up in the night and have to shut it off for a while. That's the only thing I don't like about this heater is it doesn't have a thermostat on it. But it's working out better than the old heater I had. Of course, now that I'm home all the time, that's not a big deal. I can turn it on, turn it off as I need to. But when I was working, I'd be gone sometimes 12, 14 hours. Because it would take me 2.5 hours to walk to work 8 hours. And sometimes it'd be close to 3 hours getting home. So I was gone for a long time. So had to have something with a thermostat on it then. but I'll start doing some work on this tomorrow. Yeah, I bet the dogs like it a little cooler. I know my cats like it a little on the warm side. That's why I usually don't turn the AC on until it gets over 90. Oh, when I turn the heater on, I get to look in the box where Dixie is with her kittens. Looks like they're doing good. Kittens are eating and Dixie's grooming them. She's a first-time mother. She turned 2 years old in December. And she's doing a really good job with them. Daisy helped her out when the kittens were first born, and she stayed in the box with her for probably, I would say she stayed in there with her for almost 24 hours. And then it looked like Dixie was going to be okay, so she got out. But she still goes back every now and then and checks on things. Thank you, Ellie. I appreciate it. Yeah, I just hope that both of those kittens live. Because kittens have such a high mortality rate. Because now with those two, that puts me up to the number I had a year ago. Before the little guy died and Teddy got out last summer and didn't come back. Not sure if that's God's way of replacing those two cats for me or what. Thank you, Ellie. You're always so kind. It looks like we only got 3 people left. Well, 4 now. Looks like someone else just came in. And thank you again for dropping those links, Ellie. It's appreciated. I definitely can use the support. Did anyone else have any questions? If no one else has any questions or comments or anything, I think I might end this. Been going for 2.5 hours now. But I want to remind everyone that's still in here that I'll be doing a live Wednesday evening, 11 o'clock Eastern time. So if anyone's able to stop in for that one, it'd be appreciated. Okay, you have a good night, Roy. Well, it looks like someone else may have just come in. But I think I'm out of stuff to talk about now. So if no one's got any questions for me, I think I'm going to go ahead and end this. Thank you everyone for coming. I appreciate it. I try to get a video out every day. And in addition to my Sunday live, do the Wednesday evening live at 11 o'clock Eastern. Okay, thank you everyone. Have a good night.